They say that children of great athletes don't live up to expectations. And when it comes to boxing, this is mostly a fair statement. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Ronald Hearns, and Hector Camacho Jr. don't even come close to the level of their legendary fathers. Chris Eubank Jr. looks better than them, but comparing to his great father, who was shining with his enormous talent in the early 90s, looks, if I may say so, ordinary. It's hard to say whether the son of another British legend, Conor Benn, will follow in the footsteps of the guys mentioned above. But, at least now, in the early stages of his career, the son of the great Nigel Benn shows great promise. And in today's video, we will talk about this talented boxer. What makes the 27-year-old prospect from Essex, England stand out? First of all, enviable hand speed, a wide variety of attacks, and a powerful punch. Benn almost never throws one punch, preferring to work exclusively in combinations. And it's not surprising that in the UK, where boxing is loved perhaps even more than in the USA, the guy quickly becomes one of the public's favorites. Conor began his journey to the pros at the age of 19, beating the hopeless journeyman from Bulgaria, Ivelo Boyanov, in one round in April 2016.
Very attack-minded, isn't he? Really wants to get this over with.
Oh yeah, this fella's had enough already. That's done. Over. He blew him away. Body shots got him in the end. Could be a star in the making.
He was kept on a light diet for 3 years. During this period, the Briton got a record of 14 wins, 9 of which he got long before the final gong. Moreover, already at this stage of his career, Benn had to face unexpected difficulties. This happened in a fight against an unremarkable but persistent and stubborn boxer from France, Cedric Pinault. Not at all afraid of the talented favorite and the hostile British public, the Frenchman wiped the floor of the ring with his opponent 2 times already in the first round. After surviving such an unpleasant embarrassment in the start of the fight, Benn managed to seize the initiative and knock down an unyielding opponent in the 5th round, eventually celebrating a difficult but well-deserved victory on points after 6 rounds.
Good shot.
Conor Benn looking on here. He will go.
Your winner, Conor Benn!
By 3 points.
The first, more or less noticeable opponent of the Briton in the pros, in July 2019, was the experienced Jussi Koivula from Finland, who in the past claimed the title of European champion. And Benn easily passed this test, finishing his opponent in the 2nd round.
He makes a sharp start to the 2nd round as well. Good right hand from Koivula again.
Benn looking to respond. When you have trouble with the Benn, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. Nailed him there. It was always going to happen. It's the signature shot of Conor. Conor Benn has obviously decided it's time to go for broke here, and Koivula's only going to feel more of this. That might just be it, you know. That might be all over right there. Can he recover? Look at this, there's so much time in the round, even if he is. Benn swarming all over him. Koivula just trying to draw on his experience, and that'll do it. Bob Williams says enough is enough, and Conor Benn came in saying, I want to make a statement. He made one.
Yeah, he sure did.
After this, the strong Belgian Steve Jamoy was stopped in the 4th round. Conor returned to the ring only after 13 long months. This happened in November 2020, and his opponent was the strong Sebastian Formella, who in the recent past held an insignificant IBO belt. And the German boxer suffered his only defeat at the hands of the strong Sean Porter, meekly losing on points after 12 rounds. Conor also failed to defeat the persistent Sebastian before the final gong. But even without receiving the desired knockout, English fans were pleased with what they saw. 24-year-old Benn showed significant progress, skillfully alternating as number 1 and number 2, beautifully transferring attacks from the head to the body, and also acting much more mature and collected than in previous fights. Formella tried to fight back, but never achieved more than small success. The judges' score was indicative and fair: 99-91, 99-92, and 191 in favor of the undefeated Briton, who surprised everyone in a good way.
Very muscular. I would assume he's been doing lots of squats.
Ooh, really
Takes
went
a
for
good
a
right
big
hand
one
there.
there. Yeah, went for a big one there.
Yep.
Been a lot to like about Conor Benn tonight. And there's another one of those jabs, and all that's missing at the moment is the stoppage. Can he yet get it? Or will Formella still be standing and put it on Benn if he can? But the problem he's got is I just don't think he's got the power to have Benn thinking, hang on, I'm in a bit of trouble here, I'll back up.
Yeah.
Benn can always just go back on the front foot whenever he wants to, and then a big right hand over the top like that.
Definitely going to get a hit tonight. Formella is a top-class operator.
Lovely combination again. The jab is working well for Benn tonight, and not just upstairs. The body jab is
All for his power either at all. Quite sure he respects him as a very tough man.
Oh yeah.
And a good scrambling shot, but it was a sharp, crisp, great point scoring punch there. Or the spike to deter Conor Benn.
Whereas Benn delivers with venom.
Yeah.
Really up in the work rate here. A tough part now is for the matchmaker, of course.
Yeah.
Where do you pitch him next after this performance?
Maybe Sean Porter. Brilliant performance.
Conor would take it. Yeah, that really was a good performance.
Conor will have a lot of...
By unanimous decision, Conor, the Destroyer Benn.
Benn's next performance, in April 2021, was no less impressive. Experienced average Samuel Vargas managed to mark his career with victories over former title contenders Marco Antonio Avadeno and Ali Fonseca. And among his defeats were fights against such boxers as Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, Luis Colazzo, and Virgil Ortiz. But Conor didn't seem to notice the seasoned Colombian's resistance, having brilliantly destroying him already in the first round.
Right in the first round, that is a terrific combination, and he's got Vargas in trouble, and Vargas is done! Wow. Oh my goodness me! Inside 90 seconds, Samuel Vargas blown away by Conor Benn. If you didn't think he's the real before, you better...
This was followed by a not-so-easy victory on points over the strong Mexican Adrian Granados, who managed to put up a decent fight and demonstrate his flaws, especially in defense.
Benn working away to the body.
Good right hand over the top. That was a jump to the
Brilliant
body,
right hand
over the top.
from Benn. Now he works away to the body, and Granados is hurt by a left hook. Benn still using his feet to cut off the ring space and wings in another one of those big right hands, and then follows up again to the body.
Good work by Benn.
Granados, but the follow-up left hook get through in crunching style. But Granados takes them well.
Turn southpaw, Granados. Good right hand for the middle.
Benn with that right hand cocked, trying to wing it in once again.
Here they go.
Left hook from Granados gets there on the ropes as Benn just gets clumsy for a moment. What are you made of is the signal from Benn. Granados prepares to get on his bike as the bell sounds.
But the Briton ended 2021 on a truly strong note, in every sense of the word. Former world champion Chris Algieri, who shared the ring with the great Manny Pacquiao, as well as Errol Spence, Amir Khan, and Ruslan Provodnikov, on paper looked like a really serious test for the young boxer. But as events in the ring showed, there was little left of the veteran. The American, who had significantly got worse, first of all, in his footwork, turned out to be powerless against the pressure of the young Briton. And already in the second round, he found himself on the floor of the ring for the first time.
Is looking on so confident, Benn to unload so that maybe he can pick him up later in the contest, and a brilliant left hook from Conor.
Tangle, but there is definitely a punch, so it's a legitimate knockdown.
The ending came in the fourth round of the fight, when a great combination from the Briton knocked the ex-world champion down to the floor of the ring. Beautiful knockout.
It's been a phenomenal rise. Oh, good 1-2 and he's down!
Left-right combination.
Shout to us, he's worked hard for this, and it showed. It showed tonight. There it is. Feint 1-2. Look, feint 1-2. What a punch. What a highlight reel knockout that is.
He was just
in April 2022, the talented welterweight warmed up against the quite average South African Chris Van Heerden.
so often the best shot against the southpaw, and Van Heerden is badly hurt. But Benn, he produces a brilliant right hand and follows up to score a very, very impressive finish.
After which he began to prepare for the mega fight against Chris Eubank Jr. The fight was intended to be held at an intermediate weight of up to 157 pounds. However, shortly before the date of the fight, the large-scale event was disrupted. The reason was as old as time. Benn was caught using illegal drugs. Long proceedings began. The British Boxing Board was serious about stripping Conor of his license for 4 years. But through the efforts of promoter Eddie Hearn, the story was fixed. In September 2023, in the American city of Orlando, the hero of our video returned, and already in the light middleweight category. Mexican Rodolfo Orozco demonstrated incredible resilience and until the very end of the fight tried to spoil the day for the British fans, but was unable to achieve more than small successes. Benn looked much better as the fight progressed, achieving a decision victory, twice 99-91, and a strange 96-94.
Conor Benn breathing heavily, Rodolfo Orozco using his trainer as a footstool of Conor Benn. Right.
Good body shot there by Orozco.
He finds his mark there. Orozco has a great chin. He's proved that over the course of his career. Conor Benn wants to keep that momentum away from him.
Right that he always lands.
Orozco showed running up to 2022 when it was snapped by Isaiah Lucero, who we'll see on DAZN in Monte Carlo. A smaller junior middleweight and a very small middleweight. Seemingly inviting exchanges here with Benn on the inside. And there, take the kind of punishment he's taking. Closing moments.
And still undefeated, Conor, the Destroyer Benn.
I'm glad I'm back. I haven't boxed for 17 months, and I needed to breathe, to shake off the rust. For this, a strong opponent was needed. Orozco was great for that. A real Mexican. I respect this guy, the happy winner said after the fight. The Englishman's last appearance in the ring to this day is dated February 3, 2024. Benn made his debut not just anywhere, but in Las Vegas. Moreover, in the main fight of the event. His opponent was the undefeated American Peter Dobson. The fight turned out to be strange. Despite the fact that Dobson began to survive in the ring from the very beginning of the fight, clearly fearing the power of the favorite and avoiding the open fight, the Briton regularly delivered accurate punches. And it began to seem that his knockout victory was a matter of time. But as soon as the American boxer gave free rein to his fists, and this happened in the middle of the fight, the favorite's long-standing problems with defense were immediately exposed. But for unknown reasons, even after the best punches, Peter did not develop an attack, frankly underperforming in most episodes. Perhaps it was the fear of missing a blow from the Briton. The fight went the distance, and the judges unanimously gave the victory to Conor, counting a little more than they should have. Twice 118-110 and 119-109. A very inarticulate performance from the son of a British legend. No one is going to put an end to the prospects of a truly gifted boxer after one bad fight. But when will the 27-year-old Briton fight against an opponent from the top 15 of his category? Those who will not try to merely survive in the ring, but will fully test the young Briton. It's quite possible that we'll find out in Benn's next fight. Former world champion Danny Garcia is rumored to be Conor's next opponent. The author wouldn't mind seeing Conor fight against his compatriot Josh Kelly or the Terminator Brian Mendoza. Then we will find out whether this boxer is really cut from the same cloth as his father.